Hmm.
Okay, there we go. Hello, everybody. We were having technical difficulties for the first 10 minutes of this meeting. So thank you guys for waiting it out for me. Um,
Hello.
I'm texting everyone now. Excuse me. Everybody's texting like, I can't get in. What's going on? So, okay. It won't let me. It won't let me. Try now. Okay. How is everybody, by the way?
Amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad to hear it. Let me make trying to make, oops, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, gotta add everybody in here. Okay, we got Princess. Hey, Princess. We got Alexis. We got Debbie. We got Mitzi. Pastor Satisse. How you doing? Okay. Letting everybody in. If you guys can put your cameras on. I want to see your pretty faces. Pretty faces all around. Everybody got their cute pictures up. I see y'all. Y'all trying to look cute for the gram. I want to see how you look right now. Look at that smile. Look at Princess smiling with them pearly whites. Are you eating popcorn, Dr. Crosby? No, it's the same link.
It's the same one. Yeah.
Yeah, we're figuring it out. We're figuring it out. I got my whole team behind me, y'all. Thank you, God, for a team. Because I was freaking. I was like, oh my God, I'm about to cry. 100 people can't get in my Zoom. So thank you guys for being patient with our technical difficulties. Okay. Um, mm, Trying to figure out how to I think my phone is messing me up. I was testing out some stuff and now this it's looking like I got two different Zooms going on. I don't know how to get out the other one. Y'all, whoo child. This is why I don't like no play. Zoom is cool. Zoom is cool. Zoom is cool. Let's see, we got Dramika, Mitzi, Tanya. Y'all don't want to say hi? Let me see y'all face. It's cool, I guess.
Hey,
We got
Casey.
more prizes. Hey girl, hey. Vashti is my wing woman for the night. Everybody say hi to Vashti. Will you mind going over some of the ground rules while I continue to get everybody in here and doing.
Yeah. Welcome, everyone. And sorry about the delay and the technical difficulties. And it's nice to see all of you. And we've been working together in our coaching program. So I am super excited to hear what Brittany has to say tonight. And I have gotten a little sneak peek, but I know that she's got a wonderful presentation. And so I'll be helping her out with the chat, and I know that she's got some gems that she is going to be dropping tonight, and that is going to stand for, let me see, I've got it written down, good educational moments. So she's going to be dropping those in throughout the presentation. And so when you hear those, I'll be dropping the gem the gem little emoji in the chat, and that'll be a sign for you to go ahead and signal, you know, just pay attention to those little good educational moments. And then she's got some, you know, other things that she'll be wanting you to pay attention to, mostly those gems. So we'll be wanting you to pay attention to those as she's presenting them, and then she'll have some good messaging in her presentation that we're really excited for you to hear. I know that I got like the very first iteration of her presentation, and I'm really excited to hear the final, because I know that it is super, super good. So I'm excited for all of you to hear it too.
Yes, yes, indeed. Thank you. I'm trying to make you co-host so you could help me accept people here, but it only says make host.
Oh,
So that's kind of weird. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow the permission for participants to share the screen.
okay.
So obviously nobody else is going to share their screen. But that way when I switch host over to you, I'll still be able to share the screen. That sound good?
Yep.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan.
Make you host. Change host. And you guys can still see my screen, yes? Yes, okay, awesome. So Vashti, you should be able to allow more participants in as they come in.
Great.
And let me say thank you to all the people who can't get in but are trying. That's what happens when you sell out and you got to use an overflow link, you know? So if you're in, you're in there like somewhere. So first and foremost, we're talking about emotional intelligence. Can you just give me like a wave if you know what emotional intelligence might be, or you have like an inkling of what it could be? Hey, okay, I like that. I like that. Let me go to my little thing here. Okay, cool. So as Vashti was letting us know, great educational moments. We dropping gems tonight. So if you hear something you like, type that gem emoji in the chat or the word gem followed by the information that you find valuable. Feel free to hop off of your mic and say good info. Okay, if you hear something that sounds good. Another rule that's not actually there, we are also here to uplift everyone, and I want to give you guys an example of what that looks like. I'm going to mention it a little bit later, but we're going to have a moment where you might hear me say my name, Billionaire Brit. That's my personal affirmation for myself. I'm speaking that into existence. So whenever you guys hear Billionaire Brit, I need you guys to come off of mute and say, yes, you are. And that way you guys will understand exactly what it feels like, not just to affirm with someone, but we're also going to practice that a little bit later when you guys are going to make your stands. So let's practice. Everybody come off of mute real quick. Real quick. Now, if I say Billionaire Brit, what y'all gonna say?
Yes, you are.
All right, Billionaire Brit.
Yes, you are.
Yes, I am. You guys need friends that'll do that just like that for you. We're gonna talk about that a little bit later. Some extra tips to get the most out of this. First of all, turn on your video. I want to see your beautiful faces. Number 2, play out and cooperate. Okay. If you have a journal to take some notes, you might want to go get that. Take some notes. See, hey, she was like, oh, I got mine. She on point with it. Also, if you are in a loud place or you got some, kids running around yelling in the background, just mute your mic if and when necessary. Otherwise, keep it open because I want to hear your voices. I want to hear what you guys have to say. If you guys say good info, you say, oh man, that's good stuff. I gotta hear it. I need your energy. Okay. So open your mic if you want to participate. Also invite a friend, if you can, type it in the chat, be like, oh girl, yeah, she said this. You know how y'all be secretly chatting in the private chat. So all your Zoom meetings at work. I see you guys. So, all the takeaways that you're going to get, that's what that's for. And of course, be present and limit distractions, because you're going to want to learn every single framework that we're going to go over. Okay. So, in case you don't know who I am, I'm A. Brittany Reeves, billionaire Brit.
Yes, you are.
Hey, okay. Okay, I love that. I love that. So, first let me make sure, am I recording? Because I gotta, okay, yes, I'm recording. So, between rock bottom and a hard place, this is my post-pandemic story, okay? So, I had my job during COVID, right around the time we started not, I want to say when we thought it was over, right? When we thought it was over, I'm just letting be one-on-one with you guys. It was like, I think I'm okay, and then it came down the pipes that we had to get vaccinated in order to be employed. And I'm like, well, how was that possible? And I'm already employed. That doesn't make any sense, right? So naturally, I found myself just struggling, okay, to say the least. This was me, all right, in so many ways. I went from having my own place and taking care of all of my bills to feeling a ton of pressure trying to maintain. I was like, well, I'll just try to, sell websites and stuff and, do freelance work and all these other things. And it wasn't working, to say the least. It was a lot of pressure on me. My credit was tanking. I ended up sleeping on my mom's couch. Shout out to mom. I was avoiding debt. My car, I couldn't pay off my car note, so it ended up going into the repossession department. It was a lot of pressure, not the Ari Lennox kind. Okay. So I was like, what am I going to do? I remember that I had a 6-step system to bouncing back, to starting fresh, but I had only really used it before in relationships and in regards to depression, but not for like stuff like this. And what I realized was this analogy that I have with life. It's like trading, right? You see in the background of this meme, he has a little trading chart behind him. I think life is very much like trading, in a way that there's always ups and downs. And when you see a very, very long candle, that indicates a lot of pressure, whether it's going up or going down. And in this case, the pressure that I was feeling was breaking me down. And it was bearing down on me every single day. Okay. It was like when I would wake up on my mom's couch, I was faced with this canvas of things that I just didn't like. It was anxiety smeared on there. It was depression smeared on there. It was self-doubt smeared on there. And if it wasn't for my mastermind group, shout out to Lex, shout out to Shantae, and everybody in Mind Down. If it wasn't for my mastermind group, keeping what was, and I'm just thinking about it, makes me want to cry. But if it wasn't for them keeping what's possible in front of me, I probably wouldn't be talking to you guys today. And so because I had that support, I was able to reach my turning point where I was like, you know what, I'm going to fight this. You know what I mean? I'm going to do this. I'm going to, pull myself up and just make this work. We're going to try something. Mind you, I had about 2 or 4 6-figure deals that were supposed to go through in January 2023. They all flopped. So I was really, really down. But I was like, you know what? I got stubbornness on this hand and faith on this hand, and I'm going to just fight my way out of all of this crap. Problem was, I was losing all of those fights. Okay. And my turning point was me being in my mom's kitchen and reflecting and in prayer. And God was like, you've now learned what grace is. You know what grace is because I've given it to you. Your Mind Down family has shown it to you. Your mom has shown it to you, and you starting to show it to other people. How about you reserve some of that grace for yourself? Instead of worrying about what you should be doing or where you should be, have enough awareness to know that I got you. You allow yourself a little bit of grace. So now that I had learned that lesson, the next one was trust. Have y'all heard that phrase, trust the process?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All the time, right? But what I didn't understand was in this case, when we were talking about pressure bearing down, I was being stripped away of all of the old things that was able to even get me to that level that I was currently on. I had to strip away all the stuff that wasn't working so that I could go to the next level. But I didn't realize that that's what was happening. I didn't realize that in that stripping of the old things, I had to let go. I was thinking about the decrease. I was worried about how the decrease meant all of a sudden I had less than. I didn't have my house. I didn't have, the money to pay for my car. I didn't have an income that was steady. I didn't have a lot of things. So I felt the less, which means I was dealing with a loss, a big loss. And I had to grieve through the process. I understand that we typically don't we don't go through the grieving process when we lose things. We go through the grieving process when we lose people or pets, right? But sometimes we do have to grieve over that sense of, oh my God, I can't control my life the way I'm used to. Excuse me. Or, I can't love on this person the way that I originally wanted to. Anytime we have a sense of loss, anytime we've lost anything, whether it's money, whether it's a relationship, whether it's anything, there's a grieving process that gets to happen instead of just slapping band-aids over it and trying to push through it like we do. Are you one of those women that just be like, well, I just get over it, I got to keep pushing? How many times have you just be like, well, and now you the strong woman all the time. Now you everybody's rock all the time. And that was me. So while I in this process of grieving, I kind of hit this rock bottom and I lost a lot of belief to where now I started panicking and reacting to my situation. And unfortunately, I should have been skipping here. But it is easier said than done to be in that process where if you're not stripping yourself, God is stripping your situation and all that other stuff. And so the message that I got out of that was allow the pressure to make you. And it was like, oh. And then I realized this is a trust walk in addition to my faith walk. I have to learn trust. And then I kept beating myself up about not knowing what trust was and how not understanding that put me in survival mode yet again. Survival mode is what put me in a sense of control over my life, over my situation. But God was like, you've done enough, daughter. Relax, it's my turn. Trust me. And I'm beating myself up because I don't know what that looks like. And he was like, why? Why are you beating yourself up? You've not learned trust with anybody for anyone. It's always been you. Don't you think I will give you enough grace to help you learn this? And I was like, oh, okay. And it was, one of my sisters. I was like, girl, you in control? I was like, no, I'm not a control freak. I know what that looks like. I'm not in that. It's like, no, it is. It's ego and it's control, but not in the way that we typically think. And you see how she looked on this screen? I realized my arms were too short to box for God as well as with God. I can't do God's job. Now, mind you, even with all of this stubbornness and all of this faith, God was like, you can't box for me. I'm the heavy hitter. I got to make the swings. Okay. But now I have to wean myself out of survival mode since I'm conditioned to trust myself. And what I didn't realize was that all of the tools that I was using to pull myself out of that low depressive state that I was in, you know, at the top of 2023, it was emotional intelligence. It was the self-awareness. It was how I related to other people, even though I was dealing with my own crap. Okay. Before, when I was in survival mode all the time, day in, day out, my stepmom misjudged me. And I promise you, I thought that woman didn't even like me. My mom and I had a time where we had so much beef, family members thought, like, you know, y'all don't even need to be talking. Y'all ever had that situation with a family member you really care about, and they're like, nah, you might need to leave that person alone, right?
Yeah.
Emotional intelligence is what kept that self-awareness up high enough to where I had compassion, to where wisdom came in, and I was able to apply that bounce back formula that God gave me in 2021 that I ended up needing for my bounce back season in 2022, 2023. And I was like, oh, this is bigger than a way to get out of depression. Have you guys, has any of you ever had to pull yourself out of depression? Y'all know how hard that is
Yes.
to
Yes.
do
Very-
without a map?
Yes.
Don't
Very
nobody tell you
difficult.
this is how you get out of depression. Nobody talks to you about, especially if you're Black. We're not talking about that, right? So, as I'm going through all of this, it says on the screen, what's that over there? The consequences of my emotionally intelligent actions. We're going to talk about today how what emotional intelligence is, how to utilize it during the first step of starting fresh. Okay. The bounce back formula is a total of 6 steps, but we're only going to really talk about the realization phase, which I think is the most important. This is where you start everything, you create the foundation for your growth. This is where all the good stuff happens. When I applied my need to increase my emotional intelligence, let me tell you, it brought me out of one of the lowest points in my adulthood experience. My peers and family have seen my maturity increase. My boldness to be assertive has increased. My vision of self is a lot more clear. And I'm more willing to stand on business about who I am and who I deal with. Okay. Can I get a amen about that though?
Amen.
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 Hey, okay. Stop playing with me. So
Amen.
I want to do a disclaimer though. This framework we're about to talk about is only supposed to help you understand your process with filling in the gap. This is the work that you do with God. Now, I don't know who believes what here, but this is the work that you do with God, not separate from God. Now, if you try to do it by yourself, that's on you, and that's in your own understanding, and it won't be rewarded. You'll find yourself in the same cycle, okay? Can we say toxic behavior loops?
Toxic
Toxic
behavior.
behavior loops.
Okay, we don't want to do that in 2024. We're done with that. We're letting that go, right? Yes, no, maybe so.
Yes.
Yes. That go.
I'm gonna be on y'all. Don't be playing with me, y'all. We about to get to the nitty gritty. Let me plug my computer in real quick. So again, the first step to getting ready for your breakthrough to the next level is understanding obviously where you currently are. Sometimes we lie to ourselves about our realization rate. And this is the time where we get to be a little bit honest, a lot of bit, low key, high key. But before we get into that, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about what emotional intelligence is, okay? First of all, what is the hype about? Right? Let's see. Can I get a volunteer to just read this slide for me? No?
I'll do it.
Okay.
What's the hype about? People with high emotional intelligence make an average of 29,000 more per year than people with low EQ.
Mm-hmm.
On average, Every point increased in emotional intelligence adds $1,300 to an annual salary.
Did you know that before you read this?
No.
I don't think people really understand the power of emotional intelligence. Because when you're self-aware, when you have self-control, when you know how to manage relationships, when you know social awareness, you begin to operate out of a whole nother space, especially in the workplace. People go, oh, what is that about you? It's a certain magnetism. And it converts. The stats say it. Also, there's a study following 80 scientists over the course of 40 years, y'all, 40 years, that say social and emotional abilities are 4 times more important than IQ in determining professional success and prestige. So, you know, we're about to play a quick game. Let's play a game, okay? I'm gonna stop sharing for a little bit. Now, I know y'all be on TikTok, Instagram, and all that stuff. I need y'all to come on with your cameras up. We're gonna play this put a finger down game. All right, this is gonna be real quick, okay? We got 10 fingers up. Now, if you put down 5 or more fingers, you probably need some help with emotional intelligence. This is the ultimate test, all right? And if your camera's not up, I hope you secretly doing it in your robe with your hair messed up, okay? Put a finger down if you are unable to control your emotions. Put a finger down if you have low empathy. Put a finger down if you tend to find others at fault for your actions. That's a good one. Put a finger down if you get stressed easily. Yeah, that's me. Put a finger down if you experience an absence of self-awareness. Put a finger down if you are easily offended. I know that some of y'all out there easily offended now. Put a finger down if you hold grudges. 20 years ago, 2 weeks ago, last week when your mama didn't give you what you wanted for your birthday, okay? Put a finger down if you often feel misunderstood. Put a finger down if you have difficulty maintaining friendships. Put a finger down if you have poor coping skills. Okay, so that means if, you know, every time you get stressed out, you know, you eat too much, you're sexing too much, you smoking too much, you go to brunch all the time because you're just trying to relax, okay? Coping, poor coping skills. Put a finger down if you have difficulty asserting yourself. Put a finger down if you take failure badly. If you're like, oh my God, I failed, I can't believe it, I do it over. You know, that's you. Put a finger down. All right, if you have a limited emotional vocabulary, all you know is I'm mad, sad, or happy, put your finger down. Where we at? Okay, put a finger down if you are clueless about your feelings. You just don't know. I don't know what's wrong with me. I just feel so much. If that's you, put a finger down. Put a finger down if your emotions are too loud or extreme. So whenever you get sad, you just be bawling. Whenever you get happy, you're just, you know what I mean? Just too loud, too extreme all the time, okay? Put a finger down if you have frequent outbursts. If road rage counts, I'll put a finger down. How about that? It's crazy, okay?
I'll put that finger down too then.
Okay, I'll admit it. I ain't perfect. Okay. Put a finger down if you have relationship struggles. Put a finger down if you are frequently offending others unknowingly. People be like, you hurt my feelings. Oh my God, I didn't even notice. Okay. Put a finger down if you feel you are emotionally inappropriate. I've seen those people. You laugh at funerals for no reason. You know, you just be you mad when people happy. It's just weird stuff. You know what I mean? Put a finger down if you overreact to criticism. Soon as somebody say you did something wrong, you no man because you overreacting, right? Put a finger down if you have poor communication skills. You just don't know how to talk to yourself or nobody else. Okay. And last but not least, put a finger down if you trivialize emotions in general. Somebody says, hey friend, I'm depressed. And you're like, I don't understand, girl, bye. I mean, if that's you, put a finger down. Now I need you guys to look at everybody that has 5 fingers still up. Okay, if you have more than 5 fingers up, put your hand down. Everybody else, y'all see yourself? I think we all can agree emotional intelligence is necessary. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, so I got a quick question for you ladies before I share my screen again. There was a study that compared 80 men to 80 women to see who was more emotionally intelligent. Who do you guys think it was? Was it the woman or was it the man?
Probably the man.
I
Okay,
said,
so probably the man. If you think it's in the man, if you think it's a man, type it in the chat. If you think it's a woman, type it in the chat. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth though. When I saw this study, I was like, nah, this can't even be, whatever, right? Well, first of all, I want you guys to notice something. Business Harvard review said 95% of y'all think y'all self-aware, but only 10 to 15% actually are. Is our experience justify this statistic? And I bring up the one about the men and the women because we tend to think that because we are females and we have emotions and we have access to our emotions, that we are just emotionally intelligent all the time. But that's not true. The study actually proved that men were more emotionally intelligent, probably because we think that there's not a difference between being emotional and then being emotionally intelligent. Two different things, right? So real quick, I want you to imagine an emotional intelligent paradise, a space in your life where you can speak and be heard, both, okay? Not one or the other. You can be heard and be understood. You have peace in your confidence to break through. You know you're gonna break through. You can manage stress in a healthy way. In this EI paradise, you experience respect, accountability, and authenticity among your inner circle members. And you've created a safe space where you, your spouse, and your children can fully express emotions. So all those times where you just feel weird and he's like, why are you mad? You're like, I just don't know. But you feel comfortable enough to just be. That's the type of lifestyle that we are looking to build by increasing our EQ. Okay? If y'all are okay with that, can I get an amen?
amen.
Amen.
Okay, and if your mic is off, you better be typing in the chat now. Okay, okay, we here.
Amen.
Okay, so step one, let's get into it. First of all, get your journals out. Get your journals out. I'm going to be repeating a couple of things, and I need you guys to make sure you guys are highlighting what gems you're getting out of this conversation. Okay, GEM stands for great educational moments. Yeah, I like that, huh? Gems. We dropping gems. Can we say gems?
Jam.
Okay. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into the framework. Step one, keep it 100 in the realization phase. So what do you think is blocking you? We already determined that a lot of us really do need emotional intelligence, or at least an increase in our emotional intelligence. Number one is communication. There's a couple of stats here. Communication problems is listed, not money, but communication problems is the most common factor that lead to divorce. 65%, okay? 67% of managers in the workplace feel uncomfortable with face-to-face communication with employees. Why is that?
Intimidation.
You feel me? They got a problem. They're not emotionally intelligent enough to be self-aware and aware of what other people are feeling. That's a problem.
Yes.
So let's talk
Yes.
about some communication styles. We have passive behavior. If you have tried keeping your feelings under wraps to keep the peace, if you think that it's safer not to react, if you're lessening yourself rather than standing up for yourself and being noticed, if you avoid your fear of success and it just stops you from doing things, if you hide yourself because you feel like a failure or you believe you don't measure up often, you're probably using passive behavior communication styles. You probably use a lot of phrases like, man, I wish I just had, if only, You know, I never do, you know, I just can't, you know, if that's you, you're probably doing passive behavior. And what are you getting out of that? You're getting bottled up emotions. You're getting other people's needs put before your own. You're habitually you're revoking your own rights to be and to feel things. You're avoiding guilt. You have a false sense of martyrdom or righteousness by sacrificing yourself all the time. That leads to low self-esteem and increased internal tensions. What does that lead to? Stress, anger, and depression. Can y'all relate or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Passive aggressive. Okay. If you're passive aggressive, you probably tried avoiding direct confrontation, but you use manipulation to get even. You've been a little sneaky, a little devious, and then want to turn around and be innocent. I see y'all. Okay. You're distorting the expression of your feelings to control the outcome and hide what you really feel. And you see others as just a little plaything. They're just a means to fulfill a whim, right? Now, what do you get out of being petty? You get disingenuous or inauthentic relationships. You might be winning, but it's at the expense of others. And what does that mean? You get hurtful, devious, and manipulative behavior habits, inward feelings of embarrassment and insecuriousness and enviousness because you're doing all of this stuff. Long-term feelings of guilt and shame, accumulated tension, stress, and anger. Are we seeing a pattern here?
Yes.
Accumulated tension, stress, and anger. Loneliness and alienation. You be fake crying and using sarcasm. You just, is that you? Write it in your notebook. Aggressive behavior. What have you tried, Miss Aggressive? You're using intimidation and control tactics. You're demanding your rights be honored. You're going to do right by me. But it's at the violation of the rights of others. You're seeing yourself as having everything to offer while everybody else ain't got nothing to give you. How? You're exerting your sense of power, domination, and also self-pity. As how could they? Oh my God, if I was. So what do you get out of aggressive behavior? You're decreasing your self-confidence and self-esteem over time. You're living in resentment and creating resentment in others. Nobody's happy around you. Feelings of guilt and shame. Again, manipulative behavior habits. Do we see a pattern?
Yeah.
Quick to anger issues, just brewing. You're using words like, you have to do this. You idiot. Why you always? Does that sound familiar? Does that sound like somebody, cousin, daddy, auntie, mama, grandma? So my question is this. Quick self-assessment. Which communication style do you use the most? Put it in the chat. Is it passive, passive-aggressive, or aggressive? You could put the emoji in the chat. You could put the word. I just want to see. What do you think is yours? And if you don't think that it is, if you don't think that it is either one of these, let me know. I want to see y'all face. Are y'all typing?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, okay, let's see. Gyms. Okay, yeah, somebody said menopause. You right. You right.
That's why I busted out laughing and realized I wasn't on mute.
That's funny. Daughter would like to say something. Is that okay? Sure. If Zoom user had a name, I will call you by your name.
I apologize. My name is Tamika.
Hey,
and
Tamika girl.
Hello, everybody. And my daughter asked me if she can come in and write down her notes as well. So she said she just asked me if she could say something. So I just asked her. So here's my daughter. Her name is Christy.
Hey, girl.
Hi,
I love
Christy.
your hair.
Hi,
What did you want to say?
I forgot.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
when you
It's
remember,
okay.
you just let me know and you will have the floor, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So I didn't create a slide for it, but I want to tell you there's actually one more communication style. Can y'all maybe you know what it is. Can you tell me? Anybody can guess? We went over passive, passive aggressive, and aggressive. There's one more though.
Assertive?
Yes.
Mm.
Thank you. Who said assertive? I can't see.
Tamika.
Hey, there you go. So you already know. Now, for Black women in particular, people think that assertive looks like aggressive. Y'all notice that? And how come we have such an issue sometimes being assertive in our personal relationships? Because outside of the home, anytime we decide to take a stand on anything, it's, ugh, you're doing too much. You're being aggressive, right? So that leads to us experiencing overwhelm sometimes with our emotions, anxiety, helplessness. We stress out a lot. Our thinking is foggy. Sometimes it leads to hostility and frustration in certain people and personality types. Your social identity clashes with your personal identity, what people see and treat you as versus who you believe you are. You start to operate within self-sabotage, or it says self-discussion. I meant to change that to self-destruction, okay? Looking for approval outside of yourself and looking for positive reinforcement in everything. You might have a sense of insecurity that you're dealing with. Excessive suppression of your feelings or dissatisfaction in relationships in general. If any of those things pertain to you, can I get a yes in the chat? If you're experiencing any of these results and they feel like it's happening a little too often, it's probably time to up your emotional intelligence. Okay? So let's get into this next framework here. Some identity discover questions. I need you guys to screenshot these questions, okay? So when you're in the realization phase, you want to be 100, you want to be honest with yourself about the answers to these questions. Where am I? And what decisions got me here? What do my results say about my way of being? What is and what isn't? What is true and what is fact? Now, how do we figure that out? How do we, operate in that? I have this framework called FI. Can we say FI?
Five.
That's FI, okay? I have a flame here. And as you know, there's different degrees of heat with every part of the flame. The whiter, the more like white it is, the hotter the flame, right? And so that's why the facts are at the bottom. They're the hard truths and they're sometimes very, very hurtful. Life is just events, right? And these are the facts. Now, after we have the facts happen, we have our own interpretations. Our interpretations of the facts can be misguided, they can be unreliable, they can be vulnerable to environmental conditioning. They're not always the best things to rely on. And then from our interpretations, we have feelings, very real emotions, but are sometimes farthest from the truth. Jeremiah 17:9-10 says the heart is deceitful. This is why. So the idea is, let me just stick to the facts. That's what keeping it 100 is. Sticking to the facts. My daddy told me this. He said, everything that happens in life is just an event. It's how you feel about it that's going to determine the quality of that experience, right? So you have to choose which emotion moves you forward further. So when something happens, you can choose to feel good about it, you can choose to feel bad about it, or you could choose to feel indifferent. So let me ask some of you guys, is there a I'll give you an example. I'll ask you a different one a little later. I was on a job interview and we ended up having a flat tire. I was going onto the field with them and we were on the freeway on the 110 heading south and we got a flat tire. Let me ask y'all, is that a bad thing? Yes or no?
No.
No? Okay, good. So, and most people would say, this don't look good on y'all, this ain't professional. How you trying to take me out in the field and we got a busted tire? This is bad. I could have reacted that way, but instead I said, oh, well, This is just an opportunity for us to get to know each other. What's good?
Mhm.
And from that, they love my energy and I got hired. But at the end of the day, the point is life has events. They're not good events. They're not bad events. They're just events. It's just life. But how you choose to feel makes all the difference, okay? So these last questions, I need you to screenshot this. Identity discover questions. The last two, what are my interpretations of the facts? What emotions do I feel when I interpret the facts this way? And if it helps, fill in the blanks in this sentence. My interpretation of these facts led me to feel blank, causing the event to be perceived as blank. This not only acknowledges your feelings, but it also acknowledges the facts of the situation. And it also acknowledges that you know that there's a difference between the two. Are y'all dropping gems in the chat? I can't see because I feel like I'm just like, gems. Okay. Yes, turning problems into opportunities. That's what I'm talking about. And again, if y'all hear billionaire Brit,
Yes, you are.
Billionaire Brit, yes,
Yes,
you
yes,
are.
sure. Wake
Yes.
up, y'all.
Hi.
So if you guys are hearing,
No.
drop a gem in the chat, say good info, give me some energy, okay? Step 2, become unbothered. This is what y'all here for. Become unbothered by what no longer serves you, okay? And how do you do that? You increase your self-awareness. Complete confidence is faith. Belief is confidence, but faith is complete confidence. So if it's not serving you, don't give it any energy. And then back that up with faith that you're going to be all right. Back that up with grace, because sometimes you might slip and fall with it. But be consistent with your endeavor to maintain your level of self-awareness as you're growing it. You want to use these frameworks to decide your feelings about these events to maintain your level of self-awareness and not slip back into the old you. Okay? So we're going to do a quick little exercise. We're going to do something I like to call change your narrative. I'm going to just randomly pick somebody. I think I see Princess. I see Tammy. Hey, Tammy, can you come off of mute real quick?
Yes, I thought I was
Okay.
off.
Oh, no,
Can
you
you hear
good. I
me?
hear you now. Hey, Miss
Okay.
Tammy. How you feeling
Hey.
tonight? You good?
I'm good. It took me a minute to get logged on. My husband was trying to
No.
help me, but finally got through.
So many technical difficulties. Zoom is just not my friend right now. I'm gonna just run it back anyway. But at the
Okay.
end of the day, I have this for you, it's exercise. So I need you to share with me very briefly a real life conflict that you think that you're okay with sharing. And I just
Okay.
want you to tell the story. You got 2 minutes.
All right. So I had a situation. I'm a wellness coordinator and personal trainer.
Okay.
So I had a situation with my boss where I came to him basically asking him, why are you not responding to my emails? His response was, I was busy during the day. So my response was, I sent you an email on Sunday and Monday. So you were busy all day on both days.
Ooh.
So we had the conversation, right,
Okay.
about it. So he was like, I apologize. It won't happen again.
Mhm.
Well, with just in 3 days, I sent another email about my job task. He didn't respond. So I
Mhm.
came to his office and I said, why didn't you not respond to my email? So he said, well, I read the email. I read it in a way as, okay, she's saying she needs to like pull back in wellness, pull back in personal training. She needs to step back a little. I said, so, but you didn't think it was a need to respond back to my email? You're my supervisor. Well, to make a long story short, we had the conversation. I thought all was well. The executive comes to me on Friday and says, hey, I want to talk to you about the conversation your boss had with me, and don't you tell him. I said, hold on, wait a minute.
Oh.
This is what we're not going to do. This
Okay.
is messy. This is wrong. This is backbiting. And this is
Mhm.
undermining.
Okay.
If we are a team, I'm not sure what he told you, but I think we need to come together because this doesn't feel right.
Mhm.
So at the end of it, it made her nervous because she felt like, okay, now he's going to know that I told her. My response, so be it. We are all adults here. This is he say, she say. If you're coming to me telling me something my boss told you based on what I said, then he needs to come to me and express his feelings. You have nothing to do with this. So her response was she broke protocol. She was out of line as an exec. She
Talking about
shouldn't
you.
never came to me to discuss anything that he said to her. It was between him and I. And so we just kind of had the conversation moving forward.
Mhm.
It's wrong. It's messy. This is how you handle conversations in the workplace.
Mhm.
I felt pretty much it was God ordained because as far as I'm concerned, the conversation him and I had was different than the conversation that he had with her. And so I had to remind her moving forward, always go to the source. If my supervisor shared something with you, it's so important that you not come to me and tell me, I'm going to share this with you, but don't tell him. It's so high school. It's so trivial for me, and it's wrong and it's messy.
Okay,
And
so
she apologized. Go
yeah.
ahead.
let's start right there. So what would be the fact in all of this? The fact would be,
The fact was he felt very intimidated.
okay, wait,
But
no, that would be an interpretation.
okay,
The fact that because you can only speak on what you know, right?
right?
The fact is, he asked that you have this conversation with him, but not tell someone else.
No, no,
right?
no. So me and him had the meeting together.
Mm-hmm.
He went and shared with the exec, which is his boss. She and I've worked together for almost 6 years. He's kind of been with us not quite a year yet. So he went to her to share information and said, I don't know. Right. He went to her, who was the exec.
Mhm.
I don't know how to respond to Tammy in emails. Right.
Okay.
So he went to her basically getting advice because she's the advice. She's the exec.
Okay,
He's
so he
getting
went
it.
to her about
Yes.
you and said, don't
Yes.
say nothing to you.
No, no, no. He went to her to basically to try to get advice. She came to me and says, I'm going to tell you what he said. Don't you tell him. And I said, no, 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 we're not doing this.
Okay, so I see what.
Yes.
Okay, so in the situation, we clearly hear, and if you guys agree, let me know that this was an experience that you felt bad about, right? Like it wasn't something that sat well with you, correct?
Right. Because it
Okay.
started to be he say, she say.
Right. Okay. So what I want to see is how would you sound if you actually felt good about the situation? So
How would
when
I?
she came to you,
Mm-hmm.
like she did, and said,
Mm-hmm.
hey, this is what we discussed, but don't tell him we discussed it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the same situation, but I want you to tell just that part
Mm-hmm.
as if you felt good about it.
I felt good about it in a way because when she disclosed the information that he informed her of was very exaggerated information, whereas he came off as the victim and
So,
me. Okay.
so here, I'm gonna pause you there because this
Mm-hmm.
is about your narrative, right? About
Right.
your. So we
Mm-hmm.
all heard you say the first story, right?
Right.
And we all can agree that you felt bad about that. Yes, everyone? Yes, she felt bad about that.
Yes.
Okay, so let's tell the story as if you actually felt good about that. So what that might sound like would be, oh man, I had a situation where my co-worker went to my executive that I actually work with, and he went to go get advice about how to talk to me, but then she came and told me about it, not him. But see, I appreciated that because, now I know that how I come off to him may be intimidating, and that's not really what I want to do. And that allows me some time. You see what I'm saying? Like it's a
Yes,
different
I hear you.
conversation, it's a different narrative, and a
Mm-hmm.
different come from than
Mm-hmm.
well, he was just intimidated, and see, I can't appreciate you being messy. And you see what I'm saying? I'm not
Mm-hmm.
saying your reaction was incorrect. I'm just
Mm-hmm.
noticing the difference.
I got you.
So if you were to tell that exact same story as if you were indifferent, where it didn't matter
Mhm.
left or right, good or bad, it might sound a little different. It might sound like, oh yeah, my coworker, he was having a hard time figuring out how to email me, in
Mhm.
language and whatnot. So he went to my boss who knows me and got some
Well,
advice.
he's my supervisor.
Well, yeah, so either way,
Right. And
the
she's the
tone of
exec.
it,
Right.
the language behind it, it's
Mhm.
more indifferent,
I
right?
got you.
So the concept of this is understanding how your emotions can change your perspective.
I got you.
You understand? And so as we realize just the facts of the situation, then it's like, let me take a step back. If I feel good about this, then what does that mean? What does that look like? And if I feel bad about this, what does that mean? And what does that look like? And if
Mhm.
I feel indifferent, then it doesn't really matter either way. What does that look like? How does that feel? Now, out of those three main emotions, good,
Mhm.
bad, or indifferent, which one's going to move me further and move me forward further? And moving forward doesn't necessarily mean it feels good or
Right.
positive. It just means, is it going to push me in a direction of where
Mhm.
I need to go?
Right.
If it
Right.
serves you to feel bad about it because you're not no messy person and you don't do gossip and you don't do all that backbiting stuff, then by all means, feel bad about it and say something, which you did. You felt assertive,
Mhm.
right? But if you decided, well, actually me feeling good about it would actually move me forward a little bit further because now I have more feedback indirectly about how I
Mhm.
show up to this person. And I can
Mhm.
fix that. I can do that. That's cool. I like to, but you know what I mean? So
Mhm.
however you feel is going to move you forward further, that's the emotion you should choose.
Mhm.
It gives you more power over your response.
Mhm.
It completely eliminates the desire to react. And it's
Mm.
that time right in between you just, oh, if you don't get out my face with your nonsense, because
Mhm.
that's what you want to do in an email, right? If you don't,
Mhm.
that's that time. It takes a split second
Mhm.
to choose to respond instead of react. And
Mhm.
that's what I call the thought ninja, because the thought ninja, when you keep doing that on a regular, which is any type of situation, your thought ninja starts to come in. So when you start having these experiences, and you might automatically, because we have our programs, you start
Mhm.
automatically going into this spiral of nonsense.
Mhm.
Thought ninja's gonna go, we didn't do that because we've been practicing.
Mhm. And I guess for me, it was kind of I guess for me, it was one of those situations to where it's happened so many times to where I felt like at that moment, okay, guys,
Mm-hmm.
this needs to end now. Like we need to stop this cycle of he say, she say. Like we are adults, and I guess because it has happened so many times, I
Right.
just want to put an end to it.
And that's the thing. That's why we're here to get these
Mm-hmm.
emotional intelligence tools, because they're gonna keep happening. It's not
Mm-hmm.
gonna stop. We're always gonna have ups and downs on every single level. So if we don't get the emotional intelligence tools to understand how we're gonna bounce back, then we're just gonna be lost in the sauce. Before we get into step 3, I
Uh,
want to Tammy, thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
Kelly's had her hand up for a
Yep.
while. Kelly,
Kelly has her hand up. I'm gonna go ahead and lower it.
sure.
Oh, thank you so much. Good evening, everyone.
Hi,
Good
I'm a friend
Kelly.
of
Hi,
Dee.
Kelly.
Hi, I'm a
Hi,
friend of Dr.
Kelly.
Deanne, and so she's invited me here, and I appreciate that. I wanted to say the slide that you showed before where it said unbothered, I just wanted to say, well, what struck me really was that I think that there are varying degrees to being
Yes.
unbothered.
Yes, indeed.
And I think that that comes with age and wisdom,
Mhm.
because even in my younger years, I could say I was unbothered by certain things. But I
Mhm.
know today, at almost 60, I'm really unbothered. by what a lot of things happen, a lot of things and what people say. I just do
Okay,
not
she's
care.
staying really
You
unbothered.
know, so I think that there's a spectrum that happens, and it may not happen it may not happen to the degree that we would like to see all the
Yes.
time, just because we don't have those experiences that that lead you there. So one day you will get there. And then I also wanted to comment on what Tammy was saying. When you were asking her how she might feel good, a thought that came into my mind is maybe she might feel good if the gentleman, her supervisor, maybe acknowledged and took some responsibility for being disrespectful. I think that there could be a lot of different scenarios to that, but I definitely think that maybe that might have made a difference to making her feel good if the what do you call it, the administrator said, listen, he talked to me, don't worry about it, he feels bad about how he responded to you, and he's going to straighten it out with you. I just want you to know that. And then Tammy might have felt like, oh, okay, well, I'll wait for that and we can move on.
And I'm glad you and thank you, Kelly, for raising your hand, because and we'll touch on this a little bit later, but this is how we learn. This right here, this community where we can facilitate these conversations, and we can hear from wisdom, we can hear from age, we can hear from all of that when we're coming together with the purpose of increasing our own self-awareness. So I thank you so much, Kelly, for doing all of that and participating. We're going to take just a few seconds because we have the next step to go through. And it's a visualization process, because we've already gone through the heavy part, right? We already know we got a problem, okay? We've all written in our notebooks what type of style we have in communicating that we need to work on. We all know that we need to increase our self-awareness. So the next step is about deciding where you want to be and then visualize. So I'm going to play this video. Take a minute to actually experience this visualization process. Let me make sure my sound here is being shared. Let's see, share computer sound. Okay. Now let me know if you guys can hear this. Oops, nope, 1 second. Clicking from, let's see, should play. Is that right? No. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, wait. I might have to come out of this real quick. Yeah, okay, 1 second. Let me pull this up. Thought I could play it from my little screen here, and it's being nice, I guess. Okay. Vashti, can I send you the link? Or actually, I think you have the link. Can you share your screen instead? You're on mute. It's the YouTube link.
I would say Brittany, she should, no matter what, she's gonna have to share the audio with Zoom. That's the only way you're gonna be able to hear it. You got to make sure you're sharing the audio with Zoom.
Yeah. It's just she can actually play the video because with my slides, it's not gonna let me actually click play.
Got it.
But thank you. She been giving Cherish is the one, y'all. She been having me in the chat like, hey, put her on spotlight.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm like, yeah. Okay. I see we got Kimberly in, we got T-Reed. What's good? Vashti, did you get the YouTube link together?
I'm trying to pull open the slides. I don't have them open.
It should be in the document.
Yeah, I'm getting to it right now.
Okay, cool. So how many of you guys actually practice visualization? Can I get a hand raise? Okay, I see Dr. Crosby, I see Cherish, I see a bunch of screenshots because y'all don't have y'all cameras up. Debbie, who else? Amanda, Tia, okay. That's what I'm talking about. I do, Shantae, okay.
I'm ready.
Okay, cool. This is a really short one and it's on YouTube, so I'll be sure to send this to you.
Amanda has her hand held up if you want to get her while I'm going for this.
I think, Amanda, you were raising your hand because of the question, right? Okay.
Okay. Then
So,
let me go ahead and get this.
yes,
I'm gonna share my screen.
I'll go on mute too so everybody can hear.
Can y'all hear it? No?
Yeah, hear your computer sound.
Hold on 1 second. Again.
Plant your feet
How about now?
on the ground, sitting up straight in a chair. Your palms should be open and up on your lap. Now close your eyes and breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Let your mind wander into space. Imagine you are in a cosmos on a moving walkway. All around you is every color you can think of. It is a mystical place with stars, galaxies, planets, and celestial bodies. At the end of this moving walkway is a white light, so bright you can barely stand to look at it. Out of it emerges a being of light that you instinctually recognize as yourself, but in your full being. You've reached your ultimate potential. What do you look like? How does it feel being in your ultimate self presence? You've influenced all that you can as your ultimate self. How many people is that? Thousands? Millions? This version of you is whole and complete and one with the Creator. Your ultimate 2.0 self is fully emerged now and is quite the sight to behold. Today you is on the walkway and you're about to finally meet your ultimate self. Notice how you feel in this moment. Does your ultimate 2.0 self recognize you? How close or how far is your being now from what you see that is in your future? If there was a message your ultimate 2.0 self could give you, what would it be? Take some time to listen to what your 2.0 self is telling you. Take 3 minutes to write down about your experience. After I count down to 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This is a time where you guys can journal a little bit about your ultimate 2.0 self.
Sorry.
And we won't do a whole 3 minutes, but I will give you a few seconds to jot down a few notes. I know we did start late, and I did promise everybody to be out by 8:30. So if you rock with me, I'll rock with you. Okay, I got the last couple of steps, but I want to give you guys just a couple moments to journal about your visualization experience. Okay. All right, all right. Welcome back. Let's just take a deep breath in and exhale and just reset. And just reset. Because now we got to talk about what it means to unsubscribe. Can we say unsubscribe?
Unsubscribe.
Unsubscribe.
My favorite part.
Unsubscribe.
This is my favorite part. Okay, I hear you, baby girl. Unsubscribe.
Unsubscribe.
Okay, and then we want to stay unsubscribed. Okay, so the question is, how do you do that? So now that we know where we are, we visualize where we want to be, we're unbothered by the old BS that is keeping us on that same level. How do we unsubscribe? Number one, be firm in your decision to believe that you are who you say and what you say you are. Number two, develop assurance about your identity with repetitive distinctions and having clear definitions in play. Define the relationship with yourself. You can DTR with everybody else, but when's the last time you've defined the relationship you have with yourself? You didn't put a ring on yourself yet? Number three, pay attention to red flag notifications by your thought ninja. Okay, when you take a moment to decide how you're going to feel, pay attention to the red flags. We already went over the communication styles. That's where a lot of the red flags are. Pay attention to people's communication styles.
We're
Okay,
still seeing the visualization screen.
you're not, oh, okay. I thought I was sharing mine.
Nope.
Let me try it again. Hold on. Thank you.
Yep.
That's weird because I'm actually clicking. Hold on. Share. Thank y'all for working with me with these old,
Nope, still on the visualization screen.
yes, I'm about to fix that right quick. This
Okay.
one I use Canva.
There we go. All fixed.
Okay, there we go. Okay. So we're here. Pay attention to red flags and the notifications from your thought ninja. Train your thought ninja by asking yourself, how do I want to feel about this? And there's other ways we can train your thought ninja, but that's the main one that we're going to go over today. No more TBLs. Y'all remember what TBLs were? Toxic behavior loops.
Ah.
Okay, y'all know BBLs. We're going to stay away from the TBLs too, okay? These toxic behavior loops sneak up on you. It's when you feeling lonely and you want to go back to that toxic person. It's when you're scared of your ability to bounce back and you go back to those old habits. It's all of that. Okay. Now, everybody else's red flags. Okay. But when have you really acknowledged yours? I need you guys to write down what you're going to unsubscribe to. And we could put in the chat, are there any toxic behavior loops or any people or any beliefs that you need to unsubscribe from? When are you going to realize when you're being inauthentic and do something about it? Those moments when you're out of control, when you're on autopilot and you're just moving. When you're being apathetic instead of empathetic, are you being stubborn in like the worst way? Are you in your ego, being egotistical? Are you being narcissistic? Write down 5 things that you're going to unsubscribe from in 2024. And if anybody wants to share, just put your hand up. I'm curious to know, what are you looking to unsubscribe from? It could be a relationship with a person. It could be a trait that you have. It could be a belief that you want to get rid of. Whatever it is, I'm curious. And Vashti, let me know if anybody's raising their hand, okay? Okay, so if you're feeling tempted to subscribe again
We
to the-
got
Huh?
Trina's raised her hand.
Okay, let's hear from her. You wanna unmute?
Yes, this is Trina. I'm going to unsubscribe from. I have an avoidance issue. Like when I don't want to deal with, certain things, I avoid it. Like I avoid phone calls. You get what I'm saying? Text.
Yes.
I notice even at work, it's like I don't want to open up my emails. Y'all get what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
that's the big thing that I have been talking to God about. So that's one of the things that I'm going to unsubscribe from, avoidance, because I feel like with that, that's a lack of emotional intelligence, because I just don't want to deal with people sometimes, right?
Yes.
Or making it feel like dealing with this thing is so oppressive to me, like weighs me down, and I don't know where that stems from. So that's one of the things that I'm working on, getting rid of.
Getting rid of avoidance being a habit and coping mechanism. Okay, understood. Anyone else? Thank you for sharing.
I have something, I haven't entered the chat yet, but I wanted to say, yes, absolutely, being avoidant. This year, I am not being avoidant. That's why I'm here. That's why, oh, our audio's we're too close, huh? Oh, but I have not been avoidant. I have been doing what I say I'm going to do. And when I avoid doing something, I immediately stop myself and ask myself, what are you avoiding this? Why? That's where the realization comes in. But I haven't entered into the chat yet, so I'm gonna talk to y'all later. But I am working on avoidant behavior as well in 2024. I'm done with that.
Okay, I feel that. Amen. We're gonna unsubscribe from all of that in 2020.
Amen.
So what happens when you feel tempted to, in this case, avoid again, for example? I got something to help y'all. Get somebody else to do it. You didn't think I was gonna say that, huh? Okay. Get somebody else to do it. What is or who is that somebody else? It could be your goal list. Something to keep you on track and accountable. If it's not there, don't do it. Okay. The budget tracker, the calendar. I remember saying one time, I was like, you know what? I'm going to be a slave to my calendar. I ain't agreed to be a slave to nothing but my calendar, because my time is valuable. I got to be able to manage it, right? Have an accountability partner. Have a mentor or a coach, a therapist, an EI trainer. Okay, higher power. So type in the chat who or what you think your somebody else is. So I got a question for Cherish. So I call myself billionaire Brit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you are.
Okay.
Oh, yes, you are. Yes, you are.
You are.
Yes, you
Okay.
are.
So that's my personal stand for me. Okay, so Cherish, what's your personal stand? Who are you? Give me like up to 3 to 5 words.
3 to 5 words?
Yeah.
You know I don't talk about me. That's why you did that. 'Cause you know I don't talk about me.
Exactly, love. Let's go. So just start it with I am and then just finish it off.
Well, I am resilient.
Yes, you are.
I do not give up easily. I accept the challenges as they are thrown my way.
Let's stay in the affirmative with that, though.
Say it again.
Let's stay in the affirmative with that.
Yeah. I accept all challenges thrown my way.
Yes, you do.
And you said how many more?
Give me 2 more.
2 more? Okay. I believe that every woman on here is gonna get what they need.
This is about you though.
I know, but
Keep
that
it
makes
on
me
you.
feel good knowing that everybody gets it.
Okay, but keep it about you though. Who are you?
Who am I?
Who are you? What are you?
I am a strong Black woman.
Yes, you are. What else? What else? Can y'all, I mean, y'all may not know Cherish, but can y'all give her something? What do y'all get from her? Just from seeing her face, just from hearing her voice. What do you think she is?
She is faithful.
Yes, she is. She is faithful. Anybody
She's
else?
intuitive.
She is intuitive. Yes, she is.
Supportive.
Yes, she is. What
Humble.
else? Yes, she is. Y'all feel that?
Mhm.
Words in the chat are compassionate, positivity, kind, loyal, supportive, beautiful, smart,
Take
ambitious.
note. Okay, put all those words in your journal.
Got it.
And when you feel like you can't do it yourself, you call me. I'll be your somebody else and be like, Brittany. I'll be like, say less. And anything you say, I'ma just say, yes, you are, unless you ain't. Because we're not doing nothing negative, right?
No.
Okay.
You know how I feel about self-talk. No
Exactly.
negative talk.
So get you somebody to bump you up and be your affirmation partner. To affirm who you are, you affirm who they are. Because when I say billionaire Brit,
Yes, you are.
okay,
Yes, you are.
I will turn around and do the same thing for y'all. Okay. Now, step 5 is simple. Repeat step 1 through 4 consistently. You got to keep doing it and doing it and doing it well. Okay. Now, can y'all guess what step 6 is? Repeat step 5, of course, because we're going to keep it repetitive. You got to keep doing this because we've been programmed, and we don't even notice. Okay, like for real. Our minds are sometimes not our own. And as women of color, especially if you choose to be in business or as an entrepreneur, come on, man. Y'all know the type of stuff we gotta face. Then we gotta go home. Then we gotta deal with kids and spouses and then ourselves.
Well,
can we get to the point where our emotional intelligence creates the space for everyone else to have the same?
Yes.
Can we get to that, please? Okay, our kids need it, our communities need it, our spouses need it, our Black men need it. Everybody that we know needs the space that we're trying to create here. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
amen.
All right, last but not least,
Amen.
quick recap. We're going to stay unbothered. Can I get a 1?
Unbothered.
And unsubscribe.
And
And
unsubscribe.
unsubscribe.
Put those two together.
Unbothered.
This would pause. Don't do that. Don't bring that over here. Okay. Pause with the attitude, the neck roll, and all of that. Pause because I am unbothered by your BS and I have fully unsubscribed. Hello. If you get nothing else out of this training, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me check myself. Okay. You get what I'm saying? Do y'all feel that? Do y'all feel that pause? Is that good? Is that good info?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So we can agree that the goal is to get to a point where we're able to have this seamless ebb and flow through our emotions, right? So that when we do experience them, it's in an intelligent way. And it also creates, a win-win situation as much as possible. And I say as much as possible because sometimes when you stand up for yourself, people don't like that. So they gonna suffer. But it's none of your business, okay? So we're not even gonna talk about that. All right. So we're gonna review the steps real quick. And then we're gonna get into this call to action, the next steps to make sure that we're increasing our EQ together, okay? Is that cool with y'all?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so we already talked about the goal. Who is that pretty lady? Oh my gosh, I wish I had her as a special guest to talk today. Wink, wink. Okay, so before we bring this beautiful CEO on, the realization phase is what we're talking about. This is where you are empty and you're like, God, what am I doing? Where am I going? I just need to know what to do. This is where you start to understand where you're about to go. Okay, this is your beginning. This is your, right at the gate. Number one, keep it 100 by being honest with your answer to these discovery questions about where you're at. Be real. You ain't got to lie to kick it, Craig. Stop lying to yourself. Okay, keep it 100. Number two, be unbothered by choosing to respond to events with an emotion that moves you forward further. Okay, forward faster. Okay, forward faster. Number three, envision where you want to be and keep it as a memory to help guide your transformation. You don't want to be transformed into something and next thing you don't know what you are. Keep your vision in front of you so you know how to maneuver and how to adjust. Number four, unsubscribe from whatever does not support your vision. Number five, do steps 1 through 4 again. Step 6, repeat step 5. This is a lifelong journey. Mastery is a marathon, not a destination.
Yes.
Okay? People think, oh, I've mastered the art. No, you haven't. No, there's always something better, bigger, newer, everything, right? So I'm gonna stop sharing real quick because I want to get real with you guys and talk to you just a little bit about how impactful emotional intelligence can be in case you haven't gotten the gist already. Okay. There's an enterprising professional Black woman here tonight. She's in her 40s. Can I get a raised hand if you're in your 40s?
Oh, I'm in my 50s.
Maybe 50s. Okay, that's cool. I like that. You're over there yelling at me, talking about I'm older than that.
Close enough.
She has
Oh,
kids
I'm in my
like some of you. Yeah, she has kids. She's a mom. They're all in all these activities and whatnot. So, trying to catch up and all these other things. So she's doing that, right? But she's also a businesswoman. She's making the money. I mean, the big bucks. Okay. If you can relate to that, just give me okay. If one of those characteristics is you, we need to keep talking. Now, unfortunately, she fell in love with someone she had to end up divorcing. And anybody who's ever witnessed a divorce or been through a divorce, they know how tough it is. She started dealing with self-doubt. She started dealing with questioning her own identity and who she was and am I this? And oh, my heart is overwhelmed and I'm just so hurt, but I'm clouded and I don't know what to do. And then we got in good digging into her emotional intelligence. So I'm gonna just let her tell her own story. Ronessa, please pop in the chat. Okay. We can't see or hear you. It says connecting to audio. How about you just come over here? She in the building, y'all. She in the, I'm gonna just scoot on out of here real quick. She be right back. She be right back. Come on over. Come on over,
Over here.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Ronnie.
Hi. How are you?
Hello.
I'm so excited to be here. And I just want to start off by saying I am experiencing my 2.0 self.
Amen.
Yes, you are. Yes,
I am. And I love it. I love it. I wake up with it on my mind every single day. I have so many notes that I've been writing because I wanted to say everything. And I just want to, I want to move with the spirit. And I want, like we said, we are here. I'm going to say, at least for me, I know that I could not have done this without a renewed relationship with Christ.
that I have manifested. That has come first before anything, because like Brittany said, for me, in my experience, one day I was married and then later on the next day I was not. And that was 100% unexpected because I identified so much with my marriage. I identified so much with the relationship. And for it to suddenly end, what was I going to do? I didn't know what to do. I was afraid to, because I feel, because we have to be like the first step, realization, being real about the situation. And I had to be real with myself and see and saw the vanity in it and ego in it. And so to have to detach from it so suddenly from something that I wanted, something that I knew that it required work, but I didn't think that it would end suddenly. I did not think that. I didn't. So I was left with, what am I going to do? Because like I said, one day I was married and the next day I was not. So I felt like I had, to me, I feel like it was like a car accident. You know how you have a car accident? It wasn't planned. It was sudden. It happened. And then you wake up and you have the aftermath of that accident. And it's like you have to learn how to walk again. Who am I? What am I going to become? I have to recover financially. Again, I'm not going to be on here and not tell the truth. You have a car accident. What are you doing? You're looking for insurances. You're looking for this. You're looking for that. You realize what you have and what you don't have. And so, I was in that situation. I am in that situation. And in that situation, the only person, because again, very sudden, it happened very sudden. So I couldn't trust anybody. I wasn't even trusting the damn kids. I'm like, shit, do y'all know something? I don't, because this is so sudden. So I had to, my back was against the wall. Who else could I have trusted? Somebody that I feel that I was so far away from because I identified with the thing, patient, which pulled me, again, I'm not going to get on here and not be for real, but pulled me away from God. Because anything that you focus on more than you focusing on God, then that ain't, that God ain't in that.
Right.
So I had to, my back against the wall, not trusting, not knowing what to do, ground zero. I feel like I have been ripped open, guts out. What do I do? Who was there? I can't say nobody but Jesus. I can't say nobody but God. I can't say nobody but God. The kids wasn't there. They didn't even know what was going on. My sister knew, like they say, people that love me, that could have saved me, they could not. So I was there by myself with a new realization of not suddenly, I'm going to say for me, suddenly not being married, suddenly on my own, suddenly learning all these new things that I did not know. Suddenly, I'm just here. What we gonna do? What are we going to do when we identify so much with that? And it was really a lonely time. And that's why I love Brittany. Because I have my notes because I want to say it all. Okay. Because when I contacted her, again, it was very sudden. And of course, you have your family, you have your friends that know what's happening. So they got your back. They like, girl, where we going? Who we need to get? But I wanted to talk to somebody that didn't know what was going on so that they could tell me what really to do. Because I wanted to, I'm searching because again, I can't trust nobody. I don't know what's going on. I don't know nothing. I'm learning every day new stuff. And so what I call Brittany, and she is an advocate because she advocated for me and my mental health because
I was on the edge. Now I've never had suicidal thoughts. So I've never had that. And I pray for people that do have that. Going through a divorce has never led me to have suicidal thoughts. But it did open up an old wound for me for people to think a certain way of me or to believe something about me that I know that is not true. And that ate away at me. But I'm okay. It's been a year. So I always say ing, going, because I am not healed, ed. I ain't overed it, you know. It's it's an ing, okay? So, but I'm saying all that to say, when I went to Brittany and she told me some stuff like, when you're hysterical and you're crying and you don't know what to do, she was like, okay, first I need you to just write down how do you feel? I'm like, what? What you mean? How do I feel? I'm pouring my heart out to you. She's like, well, how do you feel, good, bad, or indifferent about this? I'm like, what? What do you mean? Do I feel good, bad, or indifferent? I'm pissed. I'm mad. Like,
Yes.
I'm like, what do you mean? I feel real pissed, indifferent. That's wrong. That's different than what I think. And aggressive. I'm very aggressive right now. You know, she's like, well, no, that's not what I'm talking about. I mean, like, when you calm down, let's look at the facts. And when I started to look at the facts, I became unbothered.
Mm-hmm.
Because the facts, you can't beat them facts. And that allowed me to become unbothered. However, I have still not unsubscribed because, you know, I think a subscribe is like, you know, mail. When you have mail come to your house, you subscribe to something, you know, so you get them emails, you get the little magazine, you get all the stuff because you have subscribed.
Right.
So it can still contact you. It can get the information that it needs from you because you have subscribed. So I was unbothered. The facts helped me become unbothered because we know that ain't happened. We know for a fact that didn't happen. And for me, the facts, the concrete facts helped me. That was a lot of recovery for me dealing with facts. But that also helped me to fix something in myself that was wrong in regards to facts and being accountable and not being avoidant in regards to facts. And so learning the facts and being unbothered, I was still subscribed because it could still contact me. I could kind of still see it. You know, I get mail stuff in the mail from it, but I had not unsubscribed yet. So although I was unbothered, when I would see it, I'd be like, okay, whatever. I don't care. I'm unbothered. But however, you're still getting the stuff. So boo, you're still subscribed. Okay. So I had to unsubscribe, meaning block, remove, and totally push it out. Because again, if you're still subscribed, you know, a lot of times you say subscribe to stuff because, oh, I don't want to act like maybe I can't afford that. I don't want them to think I can't afford it. So let me keep paying for it. I'm gonna keep subscribing, although I'm unbothered by it and I don't care. Or, you know, you're unorganized and you're still allowing things to be in your life that you don't need. So you have yet to cut the cord on how it can still be present in your life because you have yet to unsubscribe. But baby, let me tell you, I have unsubscribed, meaning you can't contact me. I don't see nothing about you. I'm not worried about you. I wish you the best. I pray to God. I know you're doing well because I know God is blessing me. So I know He blessing you because we from the same, in Jesus' name. I'm claiming it in Jesus' name. So what I'm saying is I have unsubscribed and unbothered from it. And from those things, it has made me be my 2.0 self. It has made me be accountable to myself because this program, I feel the raptor, not rapture. I was like, rapture. But no, raptor. Each one of those steps, it goes with what it is because being suddenly divorced, I had to be real with myself. Okay, this is done. It's over, honey. Okay, what we gonna do? What we gonna do? We too cute to just lay around and just be. We too blessed to lay around and just be. We got too many gifts to offer to just lay around and just be. And again, the relationship that I have with God, my renewed relationship. And I say renewed because I was far away from him. So the renewed relationship that God has allowed me to just welcome me back into his home like I never left, like the Bible says. What was it? The prodigal son? I just felt like I was coming down the street to Jesus. He was like, that's Ronnie, that's Ronessa. Come on, baby, just come on back home. No problem, no nothing. Come on back home. And, you know, my Facebook friends and my Instagram friends, they get to see the result of my communication with God, creating my 2.0 self. My Facebook friends have seen me go within a span of a year going through a divorce. My Facebook friends have seen me go to Greece. My Facebook friends have seen me run a 5K. My Facebook friends have seen me travel with my children. My Facebook friends have seen the blessings of God, but there has been a lot of work, and those raptor steps, I do them every single day. And I'm learning to communicate with God. Brittany asked me, she said, Ronnie, who do you collaborate with? I collaborate with God. I collaborate with him. I don't need nobody else to talk to, because if God okays it, that's all I need. Now, God will bring people into my life to manifest what we been talking about. But I don't need nobody from the outside to commune with me and God. And that has been the manifestation in my life. And that is the results that people have seen. The raptor is what I am following. And that's why I said this is a talk of solitude, because I have been by myself on purpose. On purpose. I am by myself. On purpose. I am asking God that I desire what he desires. And I guess he desires me to not be married and be by myself and just be that great 2.0 person.
And make that money.
And make that influence. Make that influence and be able to spread it and allow, however, whatever your 2.0 is, let that be your 2.0. Again, I don't compare myself to nobody, but I compare myself to old Ronisha, because it's a story to that name. So I compare Ronessa to Ronisha, and stuff that Ronisha did, Ronessa's not doing that.
Tell them.
So it's all in the name. When you see Ronessa, now when you see Ronisha, you be like, oh, okay, you know, I don't know. But if you see Ronessa, you know she is gonna be here. She's gonna be on time. She's gonna have it on right and everything. That's what you can count on with Ronessa. So I am living 100% in my 2.0 self. And I'm gonna say this because I know I gotta go. But I'm gonna say this again. We are still our kid selves. We still are. And as a kid, my family, they would be like, oh, you're doing too much. Oh, you're doing too much. And so as a kid, it made me be insecure about anything that I would want to do. Again, my Facebook friends see me doing different things, but I have to block out my family voices saying, oh, you doing too much. Oh, what you doing today? Oh, you doing this? Oh, you doing that? I have to block that out, and I block that out. And I tell myself, I'm so glad I get to run. I'm 46 years old and I can still run 3 miles. You better go, girl. Keep running, boo. Keep running. You know, I say, hey, you bought a ticket to go to Greece for 10 days, boo, keep working. Thank you, Lord, for allowing me to have that income, because we have communed and we have talked. So you've made provision for me for that. So I see God work in my life and my 2.0 self, and I am being intentional. So when y'all see me, just know if I'm looking busted, I intentionally looked at busted that day, okay? But if you see me and I'm cute, I intentionally, that's very intentional, okay? That I was cute. And me being prepared today, because I got notes, and I got all my stuff. I got the sticky notes. I got all of that. Just know I was prepared for y'all because I have manifested this. This has been in a year in the making, a year in the making. And to see all of your faces here, I pray and I hope that something that I say that will encourage you to go and be the best 2.0 person that you can be. Whatever you want to be that plus some more. Put a whole bunch on it. You know, Cardi B say, they always saying I'm doing too much, but these hoes ain't doing enough. I'm just saying. Baby, these people, these young ladies, these other women aren't doing enough, you know? So I'm just saying, wake up, ready. I have a whiteboard in front of, on the side of my bed. I was gonna do this at home and I was gonna show y'all on the side of my bed, I got a whole plan. And we're gonna do this again. And I'm gonna just pop out on y'all and show y'all what I'm doing right now that's gonna manifest by the next time we have this next meeting. I'm gonna tell y'all. And the same thing y'all need to do for yourself. Get up, get you a piece of paper, put that shit on the wall everywhere you go. Put it on a sticky note in the bathroom. This is what I'm doing. Boom, boom, boom. I have it in my house. I know the kids think I'm crazy, but I'm saying, I'm working on my delivery. I'm just very passionate about it. I'm working on my delivery. But I'm saying, put it up everywhere. Tell yourself, this is a competition with self. I'm beating myself every day. I'm beating Ronisha. Ronessa is kicking Ronisha ass. Okay. So my 2.0 self, I'm gonna be that. I'm 46. By the time I turn 50, I'm gonna say all of us, right here on this live, right here, right now, we gonna be on vacation because we will have manifested those 10 times plus. We will have manifested that in our life. I know that's what I'm manifesting. Now, either y'all know I'm gonna tag myself. Now, either y'all can like the post or y'all gonna be with me. Which one? Because I'm going.
With you.
I'm going, okay?
We going.
I'm down.
I'm down.
I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm down. I am down. You know, I done been a couple of places. I think I can coordinate a trip. Y'all come on, let's go. I'm saying let's go. Okay, so I love you. I love all of you. Thank you so much. I have been praying for this day. This has been a year of manifesting. So I don't want to leave and not let you guys know how special each and every one of you are. I need a picture. You know how
Let me go into gallery mode.
Okay, yeah, how special everybody is. And I love all of you so much. And I promise the next time we have a meeting, I'm going to come back with some really good news because every month I'm doing something good. I'm going to have 12 months of good shit. When they look on my memories, when we got memories, you know, the Facebook memories, which I love social media because you're able to talk to so many people at one time. You're able to be in contact with people. And I know that social media is not everybody's cup of tea, and I respect that. But certain things like this, it allows you to talk to people, to talk to everybody. So I love you guys. Write down what you want to do. Now, I have had a head start. It's still March though. It's still March. I've been doing this since December. I wrote my goals down December 22nd at 3:53 p.m. I wrote them down on my whiteboard and I'm marking them off as I go. I like to make my goals as early as I can because I want to look back and be like, damn, I said I was going to do that. I did it.
Mm-hmm.
And I, you know, I have motivational speaking on my board. I swear to God, I have motivational speaking on my board. And look at what am I doing? Are you guys motivated?
Yes.
Put it in the chat. I always want to say that. Put it in the chat. If you're motivated, go ahead and put it in the chat. So I love all of you guys. I'm taking a picture. Okay. Yes. Okay. So follow those steps. I hope and pray that we are able to come back tonight. Homework for the next time. I don't know the next time, but the next time when we meet again today, write it down. One thing, something big Okay? Medium, make it medium. Or whatever you feel you want to do. I'll be making big stuff. I'll be over there talking about, girl, we going up the hike up the hill and swing down. You know, you don't got to do that. But make a goal. Don't tell nobody. Okay? This is between you and God. Don't tell nobody. Just pop out on people. Just pop out on them. I'll just be popping out in Greece. I'm going to pop out on something else. And then people going to be like, oh, I'm popping out. I'm popping out. Don't tell nobody. Write it down. Keep a secret to yourself. This is between you and God, because look, this is what I realized for myself. The blessing happens whether you post it on Facebook or not. The blessing happened before you post it.
That part.
So like who you showing? You showing God, like, God, look what you got. God, look, it's already been approved. You ain't got to show them you got the loan. You already got the loan to do what you need to do. I'm not saying don't share, because I share, but I'm talking about something big that you want to do. Don't tell nobody. Just pop out on them. That's it. Okay. So I love you guys. When we come back, I'm popping out on y'all. I don't know when we're doing it, but I'm popping out. So the next meeting, I need everybody to come back with the pop out.
Yeah, we got a new marketing phrase. Pop out.
I know. It's our new gem.
Pop out on them.
Yes, that's the gem. Right,
Pop out on them. Just pop out on them.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Ronnie.
I love you guys. Thank you so much. Y'all do not.
Vanessa.
And see,
y'all don't know. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna keep you here for a second. I
Okay.
just want y'all to know that I wanted to give her space, because this is what it looks like to take control over your emotions and to leverage them in a way that benefits you and the people around you.
Yes.
And she's excited about that. This could be you. Do you see that glow?
Girl,
But seriously, she's not the only person that can have the benefits of emotional intelligence. And I'm inviting everybody here to take the next step and do an EI reset session with me. It's just a phone call. It's 30 minutes.
All I did was one phone call. It was one. Well, we met at Coffee Bean.
Yeah. We see, and it started organically. And it's because of Ronnie that I even have the confidence to say that I can do this again for some of you guys. Because I've done it with some friends, I've done it with some family, but for anybody outside of that, it's like, wow, can I really? You know, that imposter syndrome we talk about?
Right.
And I was like, wow, she's really impacted. And she's mentioning Raptor because that's the whole framework. We went over the R today, we went over realization. I'm going to be scheduling a workshop called the Bounce Back Formula. Okay, that's what we're going to go over. I'm going to schedule it for this coming Saturday. Now, I know we had a whole fiasco with the Zoom link, but I have all of your emails, and I will definitely be sending you guys a personal invite from me, Billionaire Brett.
Yes, you are.
Okay.
Yes, you are.
If you're looking to, increase your relationship satisfaction, if you're looking to, improve your EQ and maybe even improve your income by improving your EQ. Okay. If you're looking to build on your confidence, be more assertive, stand on your own business. That's going to take a lot of self-awareness. Okay. If your communication style you realize is not serving you, you need that emotional intelligence. I'm going to put, she's typing some links in the chat, but I'm going to put up a slide that has the link where you can either scan the code or you can click the link in the chat. My super awesome wing woman, Vashti, has been supporting me throughout this entire event. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
She put the link in the chat. So all you got to do is just click on that link, schedule a 30-minute call. And that's all I'm asking you to do. See if this is something that you really want to work on, because this is a lifelong journey. What I thought was an interest in psychology was really an interest in emotional intelligence.
Can I say something?
Yeah, sure.
And it's an investment in yourself.
Mhm.
That is what's important. We
Mhm.
have to learn how to invest in ourselves. We invest in everybody else but ourselves.
It's true.
It needs to be you know, a feel good type of thing, because guess who I'm a bet on?
You?
Me? Who, when you close your eyes right now, open your eyes. Who you with? Yourself.
And
When you,
she's right. You know, wherever you put your time, money, and energy, that's where your heart is.
Mhm.
So if you are able to do that for your job, why you can't do that for yourself?
Mhm.
Your job ain't doing nothing for you, really. I mean, think about it. I mean, yeah, it's paying a few
It
bills,
is.
but
It's allowing
you
you to
know,
pay for the stuff to keep you cute, to
yeah,
keep you mentally right, to be, you know, following this program. This is an investment in yourself. You will get way more money out of yourself by following the steps, practicing the steps, I should say, practicing, because it's
definitely
something that has to
practicing.
be daily.
So as we close out, thank you guys for sticking around. I know we had to adjust a lot because we started a little bit late, so I'm so grateful for your patience.
Yes.
Let me just get oh yeah, if you guys got some value.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, so we
Oh, yeah.
had a couple of gifts, and I don't think she's on, but Asia Jones was our 100th RSVP. We actually had about 105 people RSVP for this event, and we had a Zoom fiasco. So we had only about 30 people show up, but I'm glad it was you all.
Everybody
And
that's here is
Asia,
supposed to be.
correct. And Asia, if I don't think, does anybody see Asia Jones?
I
No?
don't see her on the participant list.
Okay, great. So, I mean, not great, but you know what I mean.
Yes.
I say great because the people that are here, I want to win these amazing prizes. So I have 3 to give away. 2 of them are physical gifts. They're the same thing. We have a paperweight gem, but it says great educational moment on there. So when you start dropping gems for the people that you influence, or when the people that are influencing you give you good gems, you can go, yeah, that was a good one. I'm gonna keep on to that. And so I decided to make these for you guys. I have 2 of them. And I wanted to ask Vashti, do you have a gem that somebody dropped in the chat that you think was very profound?
Let me
Share it.
see.
I'm sorry?
I think, you know, Dr. Deanne, like she, and am I pronouncing that right?
Yes.
He labeled pop out a gem, and I thought that was ingenious.
Okay.
So I
I think Dr. Crosby is going to get one of these great
I feel like
educational
that is really
moments
a good
gems.
one. Do I need to pick another one?
Yes, please do.
Okay. Let me see. I also really like the engagement that we had from Fly.
From Fly. Hey, Fly girl.
Hey, girl.
Yep.
Girl.
Mastery is a Marathon was one of her gems.
Love that. Love that.
Yep.
So I do have one more prize. Okay. The Bounce Back Formula Workshop. This workshop was completely free. It was our debut. And I'm so grateful for everybody that came through, participated. You showed your face, you commented, you gave me a woo woo. You know, you reaffirmed me every time I said billionaire Brit.
Yes, you are.
Okay. So I want to offer someone and a +1 free entry to the Bounce Back Formula Workshop. So that's you plus a friend. Let's see. What's a good way for them to win this prize, Ronnie? What do you think? We already did the best gym, our 100 person here. Okay, how about this? I need someone to come off of mute. First one to tell me what they learned and what they think they're going to apply
What did I say?
from today.
I have one.
Okay.
Fly, you can go ahead.
All good. Go ahead, girl.
Okay, well, when you first spoke, something that really popped out to me was keeping what's possible in front of me. And as you were saying that I've always had problems with just focusing on what's directly in front of me and what are facts and what is, not facts, and focusing more on that. But I could really relate with that a lot, and what I need to hone in more for myself, because I am always pulled from left to right with my kids and family and stuff like that. And it's like, no, it's time for me to unsubscribe from all that and to focus what's on front of me, whether that be my relationship with Jesus, because once I can get that down and packed, and because he's in front of me always, and I don't want to stray away from that, because I can't be who I am without him. So thank you for just, quoting those gems and stuff for us, because it has really aligned my heart and my spirit on this 2.0 journey of mine, from losses of people, losses of kids and stuff like that, where I can become even more stronger, not just for my kids, but for myself as well.
That's very beautiful. Thank you for sharing. And my only question is, who are you going to bring to the Bounce Back Formula workshop with you? You got somebody in mind?
I would like to bring my sister.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah. She may be reluctant to it, or she may not. But I think that to be able to help her also, for me to be able to share this little bit of light with her, it could be a huge step even in her life as well.
Awesome. It's always a blessing to be a blessing. I remember having a moment when I was younger. In case you guys don't know, Deanne Crosby is actually my mom. And which I thought was funny, because Vashti did not know that.
Sorry, didn't know that.
So, Mom, I'll bring you a gift. But she had me signing this song. I was always her supporter when it came to sign language, and so naturally I learned some songs with her youth group in our church growing up. And one of the songs was, "If you can use anything, Lord, you can use me." And my little self didn't even know what I was praying. my adult self would have been like, "Yeah, sure," but but at a very early age, I knew I wanted to have a purpose. I knew I wanted to be helpful to someone, because if I ever used my powers for evil, that was gonna be a big loss to the light side.
Hello. Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, Kimberly.
Hey.
That's my best friend. That's my best friend. Okay.
Huh? Oh, so
you
sorry.
want to say something, Kim?
No.
Well, we'll talk over margaritas later, girl. It's okay.
Okay.
But yeah, so having a purpose, and then hearing you actually getting value is amazing. And I only hope to build on that value going forward. And so again, I invite everyone here, even if it's just to say, maybe I'll see what Brittany's like. I mean, you already heard from Ranessa the way that just our conversations moved. She was able to just take that and run with it. Okay, not everybody's gonna run. Some of y'all gonna walk. Some of y'all gonna crawl.
At your own pace.
But either way, I will be there. I'm here to help you improve your communication. I'm here to help you correct impulsive decision making, because we do that sometimes. I still do that sometimes, right? We're not perfect. But my goal is to give you the tools necessary to handle the things that are in your control. And to have you realize that your EQ is in your control. You have way more power than you think. EQ is a superpower. Only the elites talk about it. But see, as women and Black women too, specifically, women of color, because we have to use EQ to survive in places like America, we're doing it, but we just don't know what we're doing. We're just doing it because we have to survive. My intention is to have us understand that tool, get out of survival mode, and use it to flourish our ideas, our communities, and our families. That's important to me. I'm in nonprofits that do that. I help community organizations and businesses that do that. That is my heart. And my heart looks like every one of you on this call. I implore you to make EI your next transferable skill. Guarantee when you put that on a resume, they're gonna go, oh, emotional intelligence.
And you'll see how your life will improve. Your life will improve. Your daily life will improve with the EQ.
Yes, yes, indeed. So if
The EI, I'm sorry.
EQ and EI kind
Oh,
of work.
okay.
Yeah, you good, you
Oh,
good, you
okay.
good, you good. So with that being said, I'm gonna stop sharing, and I know I've taken up so much time, but thank you guys for sticking with me. If you guys have any questions, now would be the time to ask them before we close out. Any other questions, comments?
Great job. Absolutely great job.
Very
I
good,
appreciate
Brittany.
all feedback.
Yes.
Anyone else? Morris Media, Princess, Trina, Jasmine, CEO Aaron Millier, that's my millionaire maker friend, Tanya. Anybody else have any questions or comments before we go about EI or how the reset sessions work or anything like that? Okay, good. So with that being said, I bless you all. And remember, my closing is, you got this. And when you don't, God got you.
And just
Okay?
pop out on them.
and pop out on.
Remember that one.
Yes, indeed.
Thank
So
you,
thank
Brittany.
you guys. Thank you and thank you. And I will be
Yes.
telling you all about the Bounce Back Formula Workshop. So look for that in your email, okay?
All right. Thank you. This is
All
great.
right. Have a good night, you guys.
Thank you. Good
Bye.
night.